Let's welcome to the stage, Richie Welch. Hey, Richie.
All right, let's hear it for our host, Bob Moran. All right. So I stand before you tonight as a shorter man. And, you know, I like being short. A lot of people who are short don't like it. But one particular situation I do not like being short in is in a crowded establishment where I can't get to the bar to get another drink. The whole night, I'm just tapping on shoulders like a child, saying, "Excuse me," staring at lower backs. I mean, I've observed more lower backs than a tattoo artist during spring break. But one situation I do like being short in is when I'm at the mall shopping for clothes. Say, for instance, I'm in the Gap, and they don't have my size. No problem. I just pop on over to Gap Kids, and a whole new portal of opportunity opens up for me. But hands down, the best situation to be this short and small in is after every Red Sox win, because I eat for free the next day at the 99. Thank you, thank you. But a little about myself. I work for my father's construction company, and it seems like everybody's worried about AI taking their jobs today. AI can learn any operating system, or OS for short, in a matter of seconds. But there is one OS AI will never replace, and that is an owner's son. Let's see AI show up to work an hour and a half late, take a 2-hour lunch, and still leave an hour early. So the other day I got pulled over near my apartment in South Boston. So I get to the red light, and it clearly said, "No turn on red." And a trooper pulled up behind me. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I look at my rearview mirror, and I'm like, he looks like a nice guy. I don't think he's going to care if I take this little right. So I went, and he clearly cared because he immediately pulled me over. And I realized that, yeah, he might be a nice guy, but he also has a job to do. So he comes to my window and says, didn't you see the light?" I said, "Yes, sir, I did." "Did you see me behind you?" I'm like, "I saw that as well, officer." He was clearly baffled, but he said, "All right, license, registration." Went back to the cruiser and ran my info and came back to the window and said, "Son, I'm just going to let you off with a warning today. Please be more mindful. You do live in the neighborhood." I said, "Absolutely, sir. Thank you. That's very nice." Then he said, "I recognize the name and the registration." And the name he recognized was my family's construction company because I was driving a work truck. But to show you how egotistical I am, I heard it differently. So I turned to the officer and I said, "Oh, you've heard of me. Have you seen me do comedy?" And he looked up just shocked. He's like, "What are you talking about?" "No, I've not." I'm like, "Oh, I do stand-up." He's like, "Oh, that's awesome. Where the hell would I have seen you do stand-up?" So, well, sir, no disrespect, but have you ever heard of Margaritaville? So, little context, I run an open mic every week at Margaritaville in Boston, so check it out. But thank you. But yeah, it's really great being here tonight because, you know, I recently, the other day, just celebrated my 2-year anniversary of doing stand-up, of starting. So, yeah, so this is quite special for me. And so I was really thinking about, like, when I started, what it was like. So for the first year, I never told anyone I was doing it, and especially my parents, and more so my father, because I thought he was going to be mad about it. And I remember the night I told him, I said, "Hey, Dad, I got something to tell you." He's like, "Oh, what?" And I said, I've been doing stand-up comedy for the last year. And he was like, "Oh, wow, that's great. That's awesome. When can I come see you?" And he's come to see me a lot now, so it's worked out better than I expected. But I really felt bad about it because I felt like, you know, he was going to really flip out about it. But I realized, you know, he's just a person. At one point in life, he was probably young and had his dreams that he didn't pursue, and he's just happy to see someone do it. And I thought, man, I really wasted a lot of time this last year having this hypothetical fight in my head that never came to fruition. But I really wasted a lot of time driving around listening to "It's My Life" by Bon Jovi. So, That's my time. Thank you. Thanks for having me, and thanks again to Bob. Thank you.
Richie, thank you. Richie Welch, everybody.